All right. So, I done left the building apartment. I done made it back to my shop right now. It just rained for a little bit. I just left the building apartment. Whatever that, I don't even know what department that is. I think it's a building department. I don't know. The building is on Broward Boulevard in 95, right across the street from the racetrack. There's a place next door to it called Shipmonk in Broward County. All right. I felt like I was discriminated. So I went into the building, right? I went into the building. I got there, I signed in and sat down. After I sat down, I needed to use the bathroom. So I was like, dang, where's the bathroom at? Because I needed to use the bathroom. I went the wrong way. I went one way, I didn't see a bathroom. Then I went the other way, and I so happened to see that when I was going down the hallway, I see the same place where I had my hearing at, where the board meeting took place at, right? Hold on, getting hot in here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. So when I went down the hallway, the same place where they had the board meeting, some told me to look inside. When I looked inside, I seen these guys was already sitting around. Like, it looked like a meeting was going on. So I peeped in, you know what I'm saying? When I peeped in, the guys looked at me and the guy was like, hey, what's happening? So I was like, hold on, man. Let me ask y'all a question, man. Like, all right, like, what y'all doing here? It was nobody in there, but it was just them, all the guys that was sitting around, like the members of the board or whatever. This specific member of the board or whatever stood up, you know what I'm saying? And he came toward me and he was like, yo, I'm gonna ask you a question. If this is not about plumbing, you got to go. And I said, no, this ain't about plumbing. I just want to know, like who's in charge of this meeting, or who's in charge of the board. And he's like, what board? I said, your board, any board. It doesn't matter what board it is. Who is in charge? Who is above y'all guys? The guy told me that ain't nobody above us. He said nobody's above us. We're a volunteer and we don't report to anybody. So I said, if I have a problem with the board, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like something is wrong with the board, like if I felt like something is wrong with the board, who should I go to? The guy was like, oh yeah, if this doesn't have anything to do with plumbing, you gotta leave. So I'm like, I just asked you, I asked you the question, and he was like, no, not right now. You can't. This doesn't have anything to do with plumbing, then it's time for you to go. So I was like, all right, cool. You know what? I walked out and I went back to over there where I was at. I went back over there to where I was at and sat down. The lady got through. Another woman called me, but this woman is a woman that I never dealt with before. I've seen her. It was a younger, black, fair-skinned lady. I don't know. She might have been Spanish. I don't know. I think she was black. When she called me and she was like, it's my turn, I'm like, nah, I don't want to speak to you because I already know the other lady. Her name is Marlene Vela or Marlene Vera or something like that. That's the lady that I've always dealt with on the phone. The one that who I don't want to say that this lady. I don't want to specifically say that this lady is I don't want to say there's anything wrong with this lady. I don't want to make it seem like I don't think there's nothing wrong with this lady. Like as far as her doing her job, but that's the lady that who gives me the runaround. But I understand in a way. I kind of understand where the runaround come from because the way that they got these different departments at this office is all screwed up. One person is supposed to handle this, and they do not know nothing that goes right next to them. Say if I needed a piece of paper and I needed a pen, she'll be able to give me the piece of paper, but I would have to go down the hallway to go get a pen. because that would not be made available to me. That's how I feel like the board is. It's like they so separated. Like every time I come there, it's either I only see her, and I think I seen another lady working there. And this is This is supposed to be a building department. Like I don't know. People supposed to be coming there to do prints. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know what that building is for. You know what I'm saying? This is where they told me to go. I want to just get this thing over with, man. I don't want to deal with these people, like, because it's so, like, man, like, I don't know what to say about this, but the way that this thing is ran, for the people who specialize in it, the people who's been doing this, who goes there all the time, I guess at some point you understand how it works. But I'm gonna say it like this, man. Like, if you new and you really don't go to these departments and you don't, like, these type of things, is like, it's all screwed up, man. It's all screwed up. All I want to do is work, man. All I want to do is be able to do my business and just work. Like, all this administrative stuff, I do not care for it. I do not have time for it. I hate dealing with it because nobody knows what's going on. Everybody knows one thing, and they can't point you in the next direction. And every time they point you in the next direction, that person is never there. When I went back there, I told the lady, I say, man, listen, before I even start, I'm mad as hell. I'm so mad that I'm sick and my vision is blurry. I could barely see. I could barely focus right now because I think my blood pressure is up. I'm still sick. I'm dealing with this upper respiratory infection. I have a sore throat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm coughing. I'm not in the best. I gave the lady a warning. I say, man, listen, man. I'm very frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been dealing with you, and this has been going on since I've been trying to get my license to work. So I could I'm still, it doesn't matter. I'm still working. I'm not going to stop working, license or not. I'm going to keep on working. You know what I mean? Because, like, it is the work that I do. I'm not doing something that is in direct eye of the city. I'm doing minor home repairs. I'm building cabinets. I'm putting in doors and windows here and there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking on jobs that are $3,000 and up. My job range from about $1,500. Doors, windows, baseboard, cabinets, a few cabinets, a closet. You know, if you want to do it like a closet or something. I haven't been doing anything major, anything big. You know, so I'm like, but in order for me to work and be safe, and I could advertise my business and I could ride around with a sign on the side of my truck, I must be licensed in Broward County to do that. It requires for me to have a license. So I'm trying to abide by their laws. I'm trying to abide by their laws that they made, because that's the reason that I was charged $500. I got a $500 ticket for advertising my business without a license. I got a $500 ticket for advertising my business without a license. And I think they even tried to get me to come to different places so that they could violate me before they came and gave me the ticket. Before they finally, because they couldn't get me out to a place where they call people and try to get them to. They actually came to my shop. They actually came to my shop where my cabinet shop is at, and they came to my business and they gave me a ticket for $500 for advertising without a license. Now I'm trying to do right by them. Where I could have just went under the radar and just kept doing and whatever. I'm trying to do the right thing so I could work legitly, so I could be legit and not be in no type of violation, because I'm not trying to break any law that I'm aware of. I'm not a lawbreaker. But I just went there today. I told the lady ahead of time, I said, listen, man, I'm real mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm real disappointed. I'm real angry because of what has happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all guys delayed me, delays, and now I done paid my money to see a board, to go in front of a board, to get in front of the board, and now the guy is telling me that he hasn't done anything yet, where my application was supposed to be approved or denied on the 11th. Right now it's the 16th. This guy telling me that he needs to make a phone call to somebody else about me before that he could give me a license. I'm asking, is that right? Is that the right procedure? Is this part of the checklist? I told the lady I feel like I'm being discriminated. You know what I'm saying? I'm being discriminated. In the previous video I made, I detail how soon at the beginning of my meeting, soon as I sat down, the guy handed me, he said, here's your criminal background. He handed it to me and he asked me to read it. He tried to humble me. He tried to break my spirit right then. He tried to humble me. He tried to make me realize my low light. He wanted to bring me from up here. He wanted to bring me down here. Here's your criminal record. Read that. All I came here for is to find out if I could take a test or not, bro. And if it's something that is wrong with my application, you know, go ahead and let me know what my application is so I can go do what I need to do about it. Right now, my board meeting was since the 11th. Right now, it's the 16th. I go there today. The lady telling me that, give him some time. I don't know. He hasn't said anything to us yet. I don't know if he called the person that he was supposed to call. You know what I'm saying? Call the person for what? What are you calling the person for? I have a signed affidavit, a piece of paper that somebody that is notarized, that somebody wrote for me saying that I have the experience needed. What are you calling somebody else? What are you calling somebody to do what about me? What is your phone call going to change about me? If you're going to deny my application, go on and deny my application and tell me why you deny my application so I can go through the whatever next step is. You know what I'm saying? That's not happening right now. So now I'm up there and the lady just telling me, I just got to wait. So I'm like, man, I paid money. I paid my money to see the board. And I was supposed to get an answer that day. Like at that meeting, I was supposed to get an answer. Everything that you needed on that application, it was there. I didn't come to take no tests. And if I did come to take a test, I would have passed the test. You know what I'm saying? But the guy, they want to move the goalposts. You know what I'm saying? The test, as far as I'm concerned, it's supposed to be about the trade. What I did with the trade, I don't know what buddy talking about. He talking about administration, about what other trades that I manage. I ain't come to manage no trade. If I get a license and there's some trades that need to be managed, I'm going to make sure that the people that I hire, they can manage their own self. And if they can't manage their self, then they're going to be fired, and I'm going to hire the right person that can manage their self where I won't have to manage nobody, because that's not what I came there to do. I didn't come there to manage nobody. So if you can't manage yourself, you can't work for me. I don't want to be a manager. I come to work with my hands. So now, you just got to wait, homie. Like, hey, so I'm asking the lady, well, who can I talk to? You know what I'm saying? Like who is above the board that I could talk to? The lady tells me, like, there's nobody above the board. So I say, what checklist do they go by? Since the guy wants to give me a test, you know what I'm saying? Then she's trying to tell me, oh yeah, if you want to be a general contractor, then you must do work that the general contractors do. So I can't be a general contractor because I wasn't a general contractor. Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me. You asking me to do the work, I must do the work. I must have 4 years. That's what the other guy, the guy name was, I got his name written down here somewhere. I'm going to put it out there, man. The guy who discriminated against me. I got his name. I got the discriminator. The guy who discriminated against me, his name is Malcolm Macinas. Malcolm Macinas or Malcolm McGinnis. Malcolm McGinnis. That's the guy who discriminated against me. That's the guy who wanted to give me his own version of the test. But he doesn't have a license that he could give me though. He wants to give me a test, but he doesn't have a license that he could give me though. So if I pass the test, if I pass the test, you know, the questions keep coming till you fail the test. If he decides to give you the test, right? If he decides that you're one of the guys that I'm going to give the test that I've been thinking about in my head, the pop quiz. If he decides to give you the pop quiz, the answers, the test stop once he feel like you failed the test. It's not that, you know what, man, I'm going to ask this guy 5 questions. And then I'm going to move on. You know what I'm saying? And sign his paperwork and go ahead and get him out of there. No. I'm going to keep asking you questions. And if you keep getting them right, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to ask you a question that's a trick question now. Now I'm going to start asking you trick questions. Questions that don't got nothing to do with your trade. I'm in the trade. So I should know that those questions, I've been doing this for 20-something years. So I should know that questions that don't belong. If I'm a carpenter, and you ask me anything that has to do with plumbing, that shouldn't be on my carpentry test. No electrical should be on my carpentry test. No mechanical should be in my carpentry test. That's not part of my carpentry test. I'm a carpenter. The trade, the part that I do, I work with my hands, I'm a carpenter. Then I got another question for the building department. So you mean to tell me that if I'm working for a company for 4 years and I got 4 other tradesmen working alongside of me, so none of us could be general contractors until we get promoted to supervisor? Because the guy told me that I wasn't a supervisor. He said I wasn't a supervisor. I was just a carpenter. He said in order for you to be a general contractor, you got to be a supervisor. So if it's 10 of us working for a company and all 10 of us been working there for 5 years, and the person that's the supervisor, he never quit, or even 10 years, the person who's the supervisor on that job that we working on, he's the supervisor for the whole 10 years that you've been working there, performing your trade. So you don't get to go out and work for yourself. Make it make sense to me, man. Make it make sense to me. The reason that I'm making these videos is because I don't know how long this is gonna take. Because I'm gonna pursue this because I'm going because right now the Senate passed the bill saying that the license that I currently have, and that's another crazy thing about it, is that I have a license from that I took a test for in 2017. I have a license that I took a test for 2017. So since 2017, I've been a finished carpenter license that I got with from the board that I passed at a really, really high. I'm talking about I had like a 94 on my business part, and I probably had like an 88 or 86 on my OSHA, and I had like a 88 or something like that on my on my trade. Broward County requires 70 percentage to pass. I was in the high 80s, in 90s, high 90s. When I passed both my tests, passed my tests on all three of my tests. I passed them on the first try. OSHA, the business part, and the trade part. I passed all my tests on the first try. I've had this license since 2017, since I've had the license. So this is the foolishness, man. Like I'm talking about, like this guy is telling me that, like, even though I don't work for a company, I've been in this business since 1999. The contractor who I do doors, windows, trims, cabinets on every house that he built. Even when he built a house for this investor group where he doesn't pay me, I work under he's the contractor, but they handle the financial part of it. He doesn't pay, like he hires the people, but we don't get paid from him. We get paid from the group. All the work that I've been doing for this guy, every single house, these people are building maybe 4 to 5 houses a year. 4 to 5 houses a year. Every house that they start, I'm the person who comes in and I put in the temporary fence. Because here in Broward County, they require us to put a fence around the perimeter. Me and another partner of mine, he owns a Bobcat. We help with the land clearing. If there's any land, if there's any trees, shrubs, or whatever needs to be moved out the way for the slab to get done, my partner digs up the slabs. I'm involved in every house these people are building. But now this guy's telling me that I have a license already. I don't even understand this dude, man. Like I have a carpentry license already, where you telling me I'm not a supervisor. So due to the fact, like, no, bro, you're not a supervisor, because he's telling me that I'm supposed to be a supervisor because I need to be calling inspections. No, I'm not gonna say calling inspection. No, I'm gonna use what he said. He said MEP. He said, do I manage MEPs? The lady Marlene Vera at the desk that I just got through talking to, when I asked Marlene, I said, Marlene, the guys told me something about MEPs. Marlene said she don't know what an MEP is. The same thing I told him when he talking about how about MEPs? Do you manage MEPs? I was like, I don't know what an MEP is. So now this guy telling me in order to have this license, I must have been doing 4 years. He's telling me that my license, my residential C license, only requires 3 years. Only requires 3 years of work experience in the field of doing remodeling, building, new construction, renovation. Requires 3 years. He said that I need to prove to him that I have 4 years of managing MEPs. Man, the man just moved the goalpost on me, man. The guy just moved the goalpost, and that's his way of discriminating against me. For whatever his reason is, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to say it's because I'm black. I'm going to say it's because I'm black. I'm going to say because I got these gold teeth in my mouth. Maybe it's because I got a ring. Maybe it's because of this ring. I don't have no visible tattoos on my face, as you can see. I was wearing a long sleeve shirt. You know what I'm saying? Then he hands me my criminal record. First thing he does, he hands me my criminal record and asks me to read it. Man, what kind of people, man? And then the lady Marlene say they are volunteers. Like, they are volunteers. They don't even get paid to do this. So this guy's a Klansman in my eye. You're a Klansman. You are put there to hold black people like myself down. I'm gonna talk about me. I'm black. So I felt like this white guy discriminated against me. by moving the goalposts. My application is there. On paper, I have my qualification. I have a signed affidavit. My credit report is there. I don't have no open cases. Last time I got arrested was 1997. I have a 7. I think my FICO score was 710. 710 or 718 is my FICO score. I have an excellent payment history. My balances be high. Sometimes I carry a higher balance. Them Lowe's at Home Depot, you know what I'm saying? The balance be kind of high on them. I also got 4 or 5 jobs that I did where I haven't been able to collect also. I've been discriminated against. The guy personally discriminated against me. 4 or 5 people went in front of me. Not that he was the one that who to be honest, I wasn't even paying attention to that guy. I wasn't even paying attention to that guy, so I couldn't even tell you, like, did he even handle somebody before me? Because there was a Spanish guy that really the guy I really paid attention to was like right in front of me. Like he was like, I couldn't hear what they were saying, but he was the closest to me. I noticed he called maybe 1 or 2 guys. Okay, there's a lady, and then there was another white guy. I think I don't know. I seen the white guy. He was the first person there that was doing the application. But the guy that I seen, I don't know if anybody went to him or if I was his first because I really wasn't paying attention. I didn't even see when he walked in. I wasn't feeling the best that day. I was in the emergency room that Sunday night. I was in the emergency room. I wasn't feeling the best at all. I'm not feeling good right now. I'm dealing with an upper respiratory infection. I got a sore throat right now as I'm speaking to you. My sinus is feeling pretty good right now, but ain't no telling how I'm gonna be feeling later. Because every day I only way I could operate is just by leaning back like this and just relaxing. I really can't get up and go out there and do no work right now because my head gonna start hurting. I'm feeling drowsy. I was in there at that meeting, and I couldn't even. My vision was so blurry. At the time, I was so mad. My blood was racing. My vision got real blurry, man. Like I was asked to fill out some paperwork or whatever, man, and it didn't work out good. But let me go ahead and fast forward. I went in there, and basically they told me, there's nobody that's above the board. If you want to take legal action, go ahead and take legal action. But I'm like, but still, it's like, okay, I can't really take no kind of legal action. I can't go to nobody and say that this is what has happened to me, because I still haven't gotten a thing saying that I'm disqualified. The guy just got my paperwork on hold, so he just gonna just you know what? I can't fail him. But I can't really fail him like that. I'm gonna just put his paperwork on hold, and maybe he'll never come back. Maybe he's one of those guys, man. Like, you know, we red tape him all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we tell him to come back, he's gonna be too busy. He won't be able to make it back to another appointment. He's not gonna follow up on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't even have to. I know if I fail him, even though on paperwork he passed, if I blatantly discriminate against him, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be a problem. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just hold off on him for a little bit. This video, I don't know how I just talked for 30 minutes. Jesus. But right now, that's where we at. I just have to wait. I have to sit there and wait till whenever this guy decide that he's gonna pass me or he's gonna fail me. I just gotta wait. Whenever he decides to do it, there's nobody above him. There's no board member that could say anything about it. It's just whenever he's ready, he decides like, okay, I'm gonna fail him. But from the looks of things, it look like he's gonna wait till the next time that the board meets again for him to try to do whatever it is that he's gonna try to do to me. That's where we at with it right now.